if the officer gets a hint that there's some deception there, then that's going to essentially make the traffic stop last longer.
Case in point, from this police report dated April 7th, a driver's pulled over for no headlights at night. The deputy smells pot, and even though the driver has a medical marijuana card, she denies it repeatedly to different officers. The driver has to be physically restrained while deputies search the car. She resists arrest, only to have the drug found in the vehicle anyway. So why lie when you're legal and escalate a situation and the charges you face?
There is a lot of confusion as it relates to medical marijuana and driving in Michigan. And that's because prior to the medical marijuana laws, it was clearly illegal to have marijuana in your system, active marijuana in your system, and drive a motor vehicle.
But Michigan's medical marijuana law allows people to use marijuana, but makes no real reference to driving. So which law to follow? Which one overrules the other? You see the confusion for patients, drivers, and deputies? On one hand, some prosecutors and the Attorney General says the vehicle law is the one that takes precedence. No pot in the driver's body. Meanwhile, some judges say the medical marijuana law supersedes the vehicle code. The driver can test positive for marijuana as long as they're not impaired while behind the wheel.
It doesn't seem fair. It doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people, and that's where the confusion comes in.
Marijuana supporters say they can do both, drive at times and medicate at others. The problem is, unlike alcohol, which flushes through your system in hours, the THC in the marijuana can test positive for weeks, even if it's not impairing your ability to drive at the time. So what should medical marijuana drivers do when pulled over while the courts battle over what is and isn't legal? Deputies have their policy.
Well, we always tell a driver, whether it's dealing with a medical marijuana card or anything else, to make sure that they're very upfront with the officer.
And Attorney Chefalo agrees, to a point.
My advice to someone who gets pulled over is to always attempt to do their best to cooperate with what the officer is asking them to do. But that cooperation does not need to include self-incrimination.